Hello, I'm Susan Woods from the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males. Today I would like to share with you reason number 19 to support our program. The Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The mission statement is to provide a proactive and holistic approach to addressing the mental, physical, and spiritual needs unique to Black male teens. What that means is we strive to provide services that address the mind, body, and soul of Black male teens. Today's topic is a very difficult topic to discuss, but it is a topic that is realistic and it's a topic that we need to be aware of. Today's topic is called the profitability of the private prison systems. The profitability of private prison systems. The reason that I chose this topic today is based on research. We are adding another problem to the long list of problems that Black male teens face, and that is the profitability in private prison systems. Just in case you are not aware, the emergence of private prison systems is growing dramatically in our country. That means that state-owned and federally owned prisons are not as popular as private prison systems. And what I mean by that is people are building prisons to make a profit. And this is not the first time this has occurred in our country, but it's the first time that it's been so organized and so well accepted. There are three major prison systems in the United States, and they provide prison services, for lack of a better way to say it, for people who are incarcerated. Now you may say, well, what's wrong with that? That's what state prisons do, that's what federal prisons do. That's fine. But whenever you have a monetary incentive to provide a service, there may be unscrupulous ways of getting the people to fill the beds. What I mean by that, it is documented that there have been judges who have been convicted of giving children prison sentences just so that they can receive kickbacks from the prison owners, from the private owners. For example, in this article that I read that was posted on the website under democracynow.org on February 22nd, 2011, talks about a judge that was convicted in Pennsylvania for a Kids for Cash scheme. This judge and another judge, two judges, had received, according to them, a total of $2.6 million to incarcerate children. And why am I sharing that with us or with you? I'm sharing that because it's extremely important for us to be aware that there are private prison systems operating in our country that really base their success or their profitability on the number of children that are incarcerated. The more people in the beds, so to speak, the more money that they make. So it is easy for them to entice judges with money in order to convict a child that otherwise could not be convicted, depending on whether or not the judge made the right decision. Clearly, in this article that I referenced, the judges didn't care. There were some children who testified against these judges who have been convicted themselves and who are going to jail, federal prison ironically. But there are testimonies in this document from children who say they would stand before the judge for minor offenses. One child said she didn't believe she stood before the judge maybe 5 minutes before she was convicted and sent off to jail. So we have a problem because our sons, not just Black male teens of course, other children, other minorities, are facing a problem of possibly being convicted when they could go free based on whether a judge is in the back pocket of a private prison owner. This is a big deal. Now, we have a friend of our organization, of the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males, who is a judge, and she has spoken to our sons and their parents on 2 separate occasions. She works in Charlotte, North Carolina, and she said it amazes her the number of children who appear before her in judicial court who are 16 years old and older, which is an adult in North Carolina, with no representation from their parents. No one is there with them to support them. They're standing there by themselves, maybe with a public defender, and they don't know the right way to defend themselves. And they just accept whatever charge that's given to them because they don't know any better. We have to stand up and protect our children. And that's what the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males does. We prepare Black male teens to understand the law. We have, like I said, we have judges to come in and talk with them about things to look out for in their lives. We have lawyers to come in and talk with them. We have police officers to come in and talk with them. We have people who have been members of gangs, yes, former gang members, to come in and talk with them about the pitfalls of making poor decisions. Before I close reason number 19 to support the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males, I would like to share with you an article, or a magazine rather, with an article in it that talks about this very same problem. This magazine is called Diversity Inc. And the issue that I'm referring to is the September to October 2010 issue. And it's called The Prison Industrial Complex, Biased, Predatory, and Growing. I would advise any parent to take a look at this magazine, to order a back issue of this magazine, because you are going to be astonished to learn how this industry is really, really growing on the backs of our children, unfortunately. And it's so powerful. There are many lobbyists working in Washington, D.C., lobbying for funds to continue this capturing of our children and putting them in prison for a profit. The prison profitability problem is growing in this country, and that's reason number 19 to support the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males. We have to combat that some type of way with education to provide a proactive, as I mentioned earlier, a proactive approach to preventing our sons from getting in trouble in the first place. Let's not wait until they get into trouble and then react with panic trying to raise funds to get them out of jail, when you can donate make a tax deductible donation to our organization that prevents them from going to jail in the first place. Because when you have people like former Vice President Dick Cheney's son-in-law as a lobbyist for these private prison systems, when you have the son of Colin Powell's son as a lobbyist for these prison systems, and you are getting millions and millions of dollars to provide funding for these private prison systems, where is the incentive for them not to incarcerate our sons? The incentive is to incarcerate our sons, and we have to do something about that. We need your help. Would you please visit www.saveourblackboys.com. That's www.saveourblackboys.com, and make a tax-deductible donation in any amount, to help us continue providing the services needed to keep our sons out of jail. This is Susan Woods of the Emerging Leaders Mentorship Program for Black Males. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.